Good morning. It is Sunday, June 2nd. And today I'm up early, which I don't know why. Get to sleep in. But what I wanted to do is show what's going on with Toronto or Lake Ontario right now with the water levels. You can see this low area near Mimico is flooded at the bottom of the street, which is pretty awesome, but also scary in a way. And that just means that the lake level or water table is equivalent to the street level. So anything down here in the drains and lower points is going to have a backup of water. So they're saying that the water level this year is actually higher than it was 2 years ago, and 2 years ago was a record high. So this is the new record high, but this is 2 years kind of back to back that the water levels have been really, really high. So I just want to showcase on video for people who don't get a chance to come down here often to see what's going on. The kinds of levels that we're looking at.
It's getting to us. And getting the car. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's always
Wow.
rare that things rare like a drone.
It's clearly not normal. Holy. There's normally about 3 feet more space between where the water level is and the rocks below the water. It's not unusually high, doesn't look unusually high for here, at least the planning. They planned ahead for this kind of thing. Because in this area, it doesn't look bad at all. Obviously it's a very large body of water. The massive horizon here at like 8 o'clock in the morning. But you can't really tell how high the water is from this point. So let me go to the park where the walkways are, and I'll have the camera a bit closer and we'll showcase kind of like where they built that structure, where the water normally is, the difference between this water level and where it normally is. Yeah, that's about 2 feet, maybe an extra foot of depth, and that's enough to be flooding. Wow. Really nice people up in the morning. It's funny because 8 o'clock is actually 4 hours after my normal wake up time. Imagine that, I slept in for 4 hours. It's still only 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a brilliant part that I kind of didn't understand when I was working nights, that you wake up early, you kind of have more day to play with, which is okay. I still don't like waking up early, but I'm doing it. Wow, okay. So, judging by the growth, this water's been up here for a while. Yeah, this is very unusual. So, typically, if I can get that in the shot, typically, they're all treaty people. What? Oh. So anyways, it's about 8 inches from that frame, but typically it's actually 1.5 feet lower, and you can see beach level there. It's typically 1.5 feet. So it's 1.5 feet of water. And here's the thing. Oh, sorry. So here's the thing that I learned about tides in the ocean and water level here, that the absolute enormity of the water level that we're talking about, or volume of water we're talking about, is like a sink or a bowl or anything else that you put water in, puddles. The water level or size of that puddle, bowl, whatever, is always level, right? This is a thing of gravity, how we measure level. Morning, dudes or girls. So this 1.5 feet of water is across the entire lake. That means this side, the other side, all the way out to Niagara Falls, all the way out past Montreal. So imagine the surface area of Lake Ontario, which I don't know what it is. Would have been nice if I just throw that in the video. The surface area of Lake Ontario times 1.5 feet, or say 17 inches. Check my math, I don't think that's right. 18 inches. This is why I'm not an engineer, and why I studied philosophy instead. I can deal in concepts, but I can't deal in measurements and accuracies with numbers that often or that quickly. It's also a lack of practice, so it's not like I couldn't. It's funny that I took to philosophy even though I have dyslexia, and dyslexia is a fucking nightmare in terms of trying to get through some things in bulk anyways. A bulk block of text just makes my brain shut down. Like, do I really have to read this? No, but I will, and I did. And 8 years later, I'm in debt and still not doing anything with it. Actually, I'm joking. It's a matter of perspective, and that helps everything. Perspective really is reality. Tune your perspective, you change your reality. And if you believe in The Secret, and like, oh my God, that's a pretty bird. You can't even see it on camera probably. That's a orange, light orange belly, dark orange face, purple back, and brown wings. Holy, that's nice. I've never seen that kind of bird down here before. So since I'm up early, I was gonna go out to Wonderland. Would have been awesome. However, I do have a lot of things to do today, and if I'm honest, I did overtime last night, or not last night. I don't work at night anymore. I did overtime during the day yesterday, and as brutal as that sounds, it's not. I actually really like work. So to me, it's not really work. It's slowly becoming like a place I go to hang out and do things. Sounds ridiculous, but I can't be mad at it at all. It's an environment that I've tried to be involved in more for over 20 years, and with the opportunity that I have now to be involved and learn new things and meet the people that are involved and have been behind a brand and a product that I have enjoyed for 2 decades. It's amazing, actually. It's great. So doing inventory wasn't bad. I got to see a new process, a new side of things, learn a little bit more about how it's managed, meet the people, get to know the people a little bit more, which is awesome. Some of the personalities that go into the thing, some of the thought processes that go into the process that's there. Yeah, it was actually really great fun. And as an extension, and thank you, one of the managers that's inside offered to drive me home, and it saved me a ton of time in heading, because Saturday buses out in that area are a bit crazy. So thank you to John for giving me a ride home. That was actually really awesome. I really appreciate that. Also, like I said, getting to know people, getting to talk about just real life things, not just, boss, employee, or, co-worker. I mean, we're all people no matter what we're doing, doesn't matter who we are. And that people level is what actually makes our connection stronger, weaker, efficient, functional. And getting to know those things may help all processes. At least that's my perspective, and that's why I appreciate a moment like that, so that I can share in some ideas and share in some knowledge and open up more about who I am as a person, instead of this crazy hair and these wild designs that I wear. Not just clothing, we're not just faces, we're actually entities, and that's where that all comes from. We'll see if I can get all the way around to the beach, but this looks crazy. That's wild too. Even on the other side of you can see that there's water all the way back into the parking lot. Wow. Early mornings are not so bad after all. So I used to avoid getting up early in the morning. Always difficult to wake up in the morning, that's what it feels like. And I had to do it for school. School started at like 8:30, 9. Well, obviously high school started that early, but even in college and university, some of the classes were 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to leave home super, super early. And I'd be late a lot because waking up was always a challenge. To be honest, it's kind of a challenge now, but because I'm more motivated to be at work, and